What's going on, guys? Dale7402 back with another episode of Ringside Republic. We're going to be going over your SmackDown Live review for September the 5th, 2017 from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Now, this show was a mixture of stupidity and good booking. WWE really can't be consistent. You know, it's one or the other. It's either really good decisions or really stupid bullshit. And tonight we got a mixture of both. If there's one thing that this show did do tonight, it is build towards next week. SmackDown Live will be in Las Vegas next week, and they're titling it Sin City SmackDown. And you know, SmackDown Live is not going to have another pay-per-view until October, so they're kind of treating this episode of SmackDown next week as their pay-per-view, in my opinion. Now, we got Randy Orton and Nakamura kicking off the show with promos backstage on each other. You know, the whole night was centered around Nakamura versus Orton for the main event. We got Carmela in the ring with Ellsworth, and Kevin Owens comes out and interrupts Ellsworth before he can even say anything, and says that he's going to be the referee in the match tonight between Carmela and Natalya. Shane McMahon comes out, and Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon go back and forth. Kevin Owens ends up talking about Shane McMahon's kids one too many times, and Shane McMahon loses it. He beats Kevin Owens' ass, throws him out of the ring, throws him across the announce table, and finally Daniel Bryan has to come out and stop Shane from what he's doing. Backstage, Kevin Owens says that he's going to sue the WWE and the entire McMahon family for what Shane McMahon did, and that he is going to turn SmackDown Live into the Kevin Owens show permanently. We got Natalya versus Carmela. Ellsworth ends up dropping the briefcase in the ring, and there's confusion over whether or not there's a cash-in, which allows Natalya to get the win over Carmela. Carmela cuts a promo on Ellsworth saying that he's worthless, he's a charity case, and Splits tells Ellsworth that they're through. Dolph Ziggler comes out, and he keeps coming in and out of the entrance on the ramp. He comes out one time mocking John Cena. He comes out another time mocking Naomi, and I think he was trying to impersonate Macho Man at one point. And he says that all anyone cares about is a gimmick in WWE, and he doesn't give a shit about anybody, and he's leaving. WWE has completely given up on Dolph Ziggler, and I think Dolph Ziggler has the same feelings toward WWE. His contract is up in the next few weeks, and I do not see him renewing his contract. I'd say that Dolph Ziggler is most definitely done with the WWE, at least for an extended period of time. We've got Sami Zayn versus Aiden English, in which Aiden English wins by rolling up Sami Zayn. Fucking terrible booking by WWE. At no point should Aiden English ever beat Sami Zayn. It disgusted me, the fact that they actually let Aiden English beat Sami Zayn clean. No heel tactics, no nothing. They let Aiden English beat Sami Zayn clean tonight, which was terrible booking in my opinion. We got the New Day versus we got New Day and the Usos backstage in a segment in which the Usos say that next week their tag team title match that they have with the New Day will be a street fight. So that match and stipulation was announced for next week. Daniel Bryan gets a call, and he comes out and tells Shane that he needs him to come to the ring, and tells him that, you know, what he did was wrong and he can't put his hands on talent, and says that he got a call from Vince McMahon saying that Shane McMahon is suspended indefinitely. And we see "Thank you, Shane" chants, and Shane McMahon leaves. Obviously, Shane's going to take a break for a couple weeks. He's going to come back, and they're going to announce the match for Hell in a Cell against Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon. Ty Dillinger versus Baron Corbin with AJ Styles on commentary. Corbin wins. AJ Styles comes up to Ty Dillinger backstage and offers him a United States title opportunity next week. So we have 3 title matches next week in Las Vegas. We've got Naomi and Natalya for the Women's Championship. We've got Usos versus the New Day for the Tag Team Championship, and we got AJ Styles versus Ty Dillinger for the United States Championship. So next week is definitely going to be SmackDown Live's version of a pay-per-view that they're not getting this month. Carmela and Ellsworth backstage again. Ellsworth is groveling and begging Carmela to take him back and to forgive him and all this bullshit. Carmela looks at him and says, "From now on, we're doing things my way." Kisses Ellsworth and then slaps him. I have no fucking idea what the fuck is going on with that situation, nor do I even give a fuck. But it was very pointless what they did earlier in the night if they were just going to pull this shit with Carmela and Ellsworth backstage. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. Orton versus Nakamura was absolutely the match of the night. They tore the house down. They did a great job. And Nakamura ended up getting the win with the Kinshasa to Randy Orton. Now, backstage, Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens are talking about the situation with Shane McMahon. Daniel says, look, I suspended him. This whole thing's over. Kevin Owens says, no, we're just getting started. Next week, I'm going to turn this into my personal playground and your personal nightmare. Daniel Bryan says, I really don't know about that, because next week Vince McMahon is coming and he's going to address the situation. So we've got 3 title matches and an appearance from the CEO, Vince McMahon, next week on SmackDown Live from Las Vegas. This is definitely going to be SmackDown's version of a September pay-per-view, since they're not getting one. So SmackDown Live tonight, I give it a 4. You know what? I'll give it a 5. I'll give SmackDown a 5 just for the fact that Nakamura and Orton had a great match, and that's pretty much it. Well, let's knock it down to a 4. I'll give them a 4. So that's your official ranking for SmackDown Live this week. I would not miss next week's SmackDown. This will be their version of the pay-per-view for September. I think it's going to be a great show. It's not going to be, I expect to at least see one title change next week. I don't look for it to be the United States title. I'd say we either see a tag team title change or women's championship change. The way WWE's been booking the women's division, probably Natty loses next week. Carmella may cash in next week, for all we know. But that's it. That's your SmackDown Live review, guys. Remember, next week we'll be starting the new schedule, so to speak, here on Ringside Republic. We will be doing 1 show a week, with the exception of pay-per-views, and it will be This Week in WWE is what I'm going to call it, which will be including your Raw, SmackDown Live, and News and Rumors. It will be including the review for Raw and SmackDown, as well as any news and rumors that happen to be going around. So remember that for next week. That's all I got for you guys tonight. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on Twitter at Dale74021. Pledge on Patreon, patreon.com/Dale74021. I might be back Saturday or Sunday with some news and rumors for you guys if there is anything going around. If not, I will see you next week for the premiere episode of This Week in WWE from Ringside Republic. That's all I got for you guys. Appreciate you watching. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time.